I've said here before that there's the part of the Constitution that has been misunderstood by people. What the makers of our Constitution had in mind, because I must address this, I've been asked this by the media a lot, is that we did not anticipate a situation where members of parliament were going to be cabinet ministers. But that did not mean that these people will not have had any political exposure or any political experience. Because if I ask you, who is a politician in Kenya? You go to the shopping center, Mama Mboga is a politician, you media people are politicians, teachers are politicians, everyone is a politician. Even the church, the pulpit. When you go to the pulpit, the pastors, fathers, everyone, the church are politicians. So what we say is that we need people who have had the experience with Mwananchi. You cannot compare someone who left Google office in Nigeria or in New York and has been there for 22 years, coming to tell you about issues of Mwananchi in the streets of Nairobi and Mwananchi here in Gatundu and Kimaroli, and telling them that kids are not going to school because they do not have proper lunch. It will take them 10 years to first understand that. But when you get someone who's been a governor or who's been a member of parliament in the previous parliament, they know the issues of Wanjiku. They do not need any time to come and learn. They will get into the office and start working immediately. Number two, people must understand that you need people who are loyal to you so that you work together. And that is why the government is allowed, or the people who form government are the people who have the majority, or that's why the party that forms government is allowed to choose people who are going to be loyal for it to implement its agenda. So what I would say is that I find President Ruto's selection and appointment of cabinet ministers to be cabinet secretaries to be very, very on point, to be guided by a lot of intelligence and wisdom. First of all, he has mirrored the gender parity. He has given a third to actually half of it to men and half to women. He has given gender and regional balance. I mean, we have a good number that came from this region of even better than it has been in other governments. And I think generally he has people who do not need to be introduced to the people of Kenya. The last time we had a cabinet being read, everybody was on Google, trying to Google who these people are, what their backgrounds are. We had almost the entire cabinet coming from places where people didn't know that these are faces that Kenyans know. I do not think if you go to Google, there's no rush to find out who this person is. Everybody knows them. And these people also know Kenyans. So I would expect that they come to parliament, we vet them and pass them, and immediately they get to work. So I am happy because, one, it ticked the gender parity. Number two, it kicked regional balance. And number three, it kicked experience and knowledge of the Mwananchi issues.